Good day, viewers and listeners. Welcome to Salida TeleRadyo of La Filipina National High School. I am Teacher Mark Juni Sarcol, your teacher host for today. And now, we have learned the different kinds of angle pairs. For Grade 7 Mathematics, Lesson 2, Quarter 3, Module 2. Are you ready? And now, let's give the floor of our teacher broadcaster, Ma'am Betsy Pisado.
Thank you, Sir Mark. Good day, everyone. Good day to all our viewers and listeners who are tuning in right now. I am your teacher broadcaster, Teacher Betsy L. Pisado. Our lesson for today is all about angle pairs. Lesson 2 in Mathematics 7, Quarter 3, Module 2. In this lesson, you are expected to first, define angle pairs. Second, identify angle pairs. But before we start, kindly prepare your pen and paper and take note some important details of our discussion today. Now, let's have a review about angle. This lesson was discussed to us by Sir Ariel Gatella. We already know that an angle is a union of two non-collinear rays with a common endpoint. The common endpoint is called the vertex of the angle, and the two rays are called sides. The symbol that is shown on the screen is used to denote an angle. Now, given a figure, given an angle, we name this angle as angle ABC or angle B. We also have types of angle. We have first, zero angle, second, acute angle, third, right angle, fourth, obtuse angle, fifth, straight angle, sixth, reflex angle, and seventh, full angle. This time, I want you to identify the type of measures or the type of angles based on their measure. I'll be giving you 3 seconds to answer. Okay, let us start. Number 1. An angle that measures 90 degrees. Again, number 1, an angle that measures 90 degrees. The answer is right angle. Number 2, an angle that measures 210 degrees. Again, number 2, an angle that measures 210 degrees. Very good. The answer is reflex angle. Number 3, an angle that measures exactly 180 degrees. Again, number 3, an angle that measures exactly 180 degrees. Excellent! The answer is straight angle. Number 4, an angle measuring 0 degree. Again, number 4, an angle measuring 0 degree. Correct! The answer is 0 angle. Number 5, an angle that measures 47 degrees. Again, number 5, an angle that measures 47 degrees. Very good. The answer is acute angle. Now, given an angle, what if we add another angle beside our given angle? Okay, let us try. What can you see now? Yes, you can see not just one, but a pair of angles. And this is actually what we are going to discuss today. we have different types of pairs of angles, and they are commonly known as angle pairs. So we have 6 different angle pairs. First, we have congruent angles. Second, complementary angles. First, congruent angles. Second, complementary angles. Third, supplementary angles. Fourth, adjacent angles. Fifth, linear pair. And sixth, vertical angles. Number 1 is congruent angles. In order for us to understand congruent angles, we still have to define first angle bisector. Angle bisector is a ray from the vertex of an angle to a point in its interior which divides the angle into 2 congruent parts. These 2 congruent parts are called congruent angles. Now, for example, we have angle ABC. We let ray BD bisect our given angle ABC. What does bisect mean? It means divide. Again, we let ray BD bisect or divide our given angle ABC. So our ray BD here is what we call our angle bisector. Now, as you can see, we have an arrow on top of letters BD, so we can read that as ray BD. So we already have 2 angles formed, right? We have angle ABD and angle CBD. Suppose that angle ABD measures 40 degrees and angle CBD measures 40 degrees. So, since the 2 angles have the same measure, 40 degrees, we can say that angle ABD and angle CBD are congruent angles. Congruent angles are angles that have the same or equal measure. In symbols, angle ABD is congruent to angle CBD. Notice the symbol in the middle. We have an equal sign with a little wave on top that is read as congruent. Second angle pair is complementary angles. 2 angles are called complementary if their sum is 90 degrees. For example, we have angle ABC that measures 35 degrees and angle DEF that measures 55 degrees. Now, the measure of angle ABC plus the measure of angle DEF equals 90 degrees because again, the measure of angle ABC is 35 degrees plus the measure of angle DEF which is 55 degrees, so that is equal to 90 degrees. Now notice that we have small letter M there. That means measure. Since the 2 angles have a sum of 90 degrees, we can say that angle ABC and angle DEF are complementary angles. In other words, angle ABC is a complement of angle DEF. Or we can also interchange the statement that is angle DEF is a complement of angle ABC. Another example is angle ABC, which measures 20 degrees, and angle CBD that measures 70 degrees. Now, the measure of angle ABC plus the measure of angle CBD equals 90 degrees, because again, the measure of angle ABC, which is 20 degrees, plus the measure of angle CBD, which is 70 degrees. So 20 degrees plus 70 degrees equals 90 degrees. So the two angles have a sum of 90 degrees. So we can say that angle ABC and angle CBD are complementary angles. In other words, angle ABC is a complement of angle CBD. Or we can also interchange the statement, angle CBD is a complement of angle ABC. Third angle pair is supplementary angles. Two angles are called supplementary if their sum is 180 degrees. For example, we have angle ABC, which measures 135 degrees, and angle DEF measures 45 degrees. Now, the measure of angle ABC plus the measure of angle DEF equals 180 degrees. Because again, the measure of angle ABC, which is 135 degrees, plus the measure of angle DEF, which is 45 degrees. So 135 degrees plus 45 degrees, that is equal to 180 degrees. So the two angles have a sum of 180 degrees. So we can say that angle ABC and angle DEF are supplementary angles. In other words, angle ABC is a supplement of angle DEF, or angle DEF is a supplement of angle ABC. Another example is angle LMN, which measures 85 degrees, and angle ABC, which measures 95 degrees. So the measure of angle LMN the measure of angle LMN, which is 85 degrees, plus the measure of angle ABC, which is 95 degrees, equals to 180 degrees. So the two angles have a sum of 180 degrees. So we can say that angle LMN and angle ABC are supplementary angles. Or angle LMN is a supplement of angle ABC. Or again, we can interchange the statement, angle ABC is a supplement of angle LMN. Fourth angle pair is adjacent angles. Adjacent angles are two angles with a common vertex, a common side, and no common interior points. For example, we have angle ABC and angle CBD. From the figure, we can say that B is the common vertex and ray BC is the common side. Now, why do we say that ray BC is the common side? Because if we'll focus on angle ABC, ang side sa ato ang angle ABC is angle BA ug ang isa pod ka side is angle BC. Now, sa second angle nato nga angle CBD, we have BC or side or ray BC, which is side siya sa ato ang angle CBD. And also, we have a ray BD as its other side. So, clearly, ray BC is our common side. And the two angles also have no common interior points. Nga namang wala siya'y common interior points. Kay ang ato ang angle nga ABC, naa na siya'y points sa sulod. Na siya'y exclusive points sa sulod kanang space dira sa sulod sa ato ang angle ABC, na siya'y mga points diha. And also, ang ato ang angle CBD, naapod na siya'y points sa sulod. So, ang duha ka angle na ay kanya-kanya nga interior points. That's why they do not have a common or they do not have common interior points. So, we can say that angle ABC and angle CBD are adjacent angles. Fifth or the fifth angle pair is linear pair. A linear pair are two adjacent angles whose non-common sides are opposite rays. Now, we have to take note here that the two angles should be adjacent and the non-common sides must be opposite rays. For example, we have angle ABC and angle CBD. Now, obviously, we have B as the common vertex and ray BC is our common side. Now, the two angles have no common interior points. So, we can say that these two angles are adjacent. So, we already satisfied the first part of the definition of a linear pair. And also, we have the non-common sides, which must be opposite rays. That is according to the definition of a linear pair. Now, the non-common sides here are ray BA and ray BD. So, clearly, the two rays are opposite. So, we can say that angle ABC and angle CBD form a linear pair. We can also have this trick. If you see two adjacent angles where a straight line is formed, automatically the angles are or form a linear pair. Since a straight line or straight angle exactly measures 180 degrees, therefore the two angles must also have a sum of 180 degrees or supplementary. So therefore, we can say that all angles forming a linear pair are supplementary angles. Next is vertical angles. Vertical angles are two non-adjacent angles formed by two intersecting lines. For example, we have two intersecting lines. Angle 1 and angle 3 are non-adjacent angles. Why do we say that they are non-adjacent angles? Now, remember that adjacent angles should have a common vertex, a common side, and no common interior points. Now, diri sa ato ang angle 1 and angle 3, we have a common vertex. Klaro kaayo kanang cross dira, kanang duha ka linya nga nag-cross, natay point diha, amo na siya ang common vertex. But notice that the two angles don't have common side. Kay nga naman, ang ato ang angle 1 naa siya'y sarili nga side. And then ang ato ang angle 3 naa pud siya'y sarili niya nga side. So they do not have common side. Therefore, we can say that angle 1 and angle 3 are non-adjacent angles. Or, we can also say that angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. We also have angle 2 and angle 4. So, ang ato ang angle 2 and angle 4, even though naa sila'y common vertex, pero wala sila'y common side. So, since kay wala man sila'y common side, we can say that they are non-adjacent angles. So, we can say also that angle 2 and angle 4 are vertical angles. Now, remember that vertical angles are congruent. When we say congruent, parehas og measure or equal ang iyahang measure. So, since angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles, we can say that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. And since angle 2 and angle 3 are vertical angles, we can also say that angle 2 and angle 4 are vertical, or angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. Now, let me give you a very specific example for this. We have two intersecting lines where we have angles 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, here, angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. Now, since they are vertical angles, and since angle 1 measures 55 degrees, it also follows that angle 3 has a measure of 55 degrees. And since angle 2 and angle 4, the two angles are also vertical, and since angle 2 measures 125 degrees, it also follows that angle 4 also measures 125 degrees. Okay, so let us practice. This time, I want you to match the items in column A to their definitions in column B. Okay, we have in column A, we have number 1, complementary angles. Number 2, supplementary angles. Number 3, vertical angles. Number 4, linear pair. Number 5, congruent angles. Number 6, adjacent angles. And in column B, we have letter A, 2 angles whose measure are equal. Letter B, 2 angles whose sum is 180 degrees. Letter C, 2 angles whose sum is 90 degrees. Letter D, 2 adjacent angles whose non-common sides are opposite rays. Letter E, these are 2 non-adjacent angles formed by 2 intersecting lines. And letter F, 2 angles with a common vertex and side but no common interior points. Okay, so let us start. Number 1, complementary angles. Which definition in column B do you think fits? Correct! The answer is letter C. Two angles whose sum is 90 degrees. Number 2. Supplementary angles. Which definition in column B do you think fits? Very good. The answer is letter B. Two angles whose sum is 180 degrees. Number 3. Vertical angles. Which definition in column B do you think fits? Correct! The answer is letter E. These are two non-adjacent angles formed by two intersecting lines. Number 4. Linear pair. Which definition in column B do you think fits? Excellent! The answer is letter D. Two adjacent angles whose non-common sides are opposite rays. Number 5. Congruent angles. Which definition in column B do you think fits? Correct! The answer is letter A. Two angles whose measure are equal. Number 6. Adjacent angles. Which definition in column B do you think fits? Very good! The answer is letter F. Two angles with a common vertex and side but no common interior points. Now, to summarize the lesson, we have 6 angle pairs. First, we have congruent angles. Second, complementary angles. Third, supplementary angles. Fourth, adjacent angles. Fifth, linear pair. And sixth, vertical angles. Now, let's have an assessment. This time, I want you to name the type of angle pairs that are given. Again, I want you to name the type of angle pairs that are given. Number 1. A pair of angles where the first angle measures 30 degrees and beside it measures 20 degrees. Again, number 1. A pair of angles where the first angle measures 30 degrees and beside it measures 20 degrees. Number 2. A pair of angles where the first angle measures 75 degrees and beside it measures 15 degrees. Again, number 2. A pair of angles where the first angle measures 75 degrees and beside it measures 15 degrees. Number 3. Two separate angles where the first angle measures 130 degrees and the second one measures 50 degrees. Again, number 3. Two separate angles where the first angle measures 130 degrees and the second one measures 50 degrees. Number 4. Two intersecting lines with two pairs of non-adjacent angles where the first pair constitutes angles A and D and the second pair constitutes angles B and C. Again, number 4. Two intersecting lines with two pairs of non-adjacent angles where the first pair constitutes angles A and D and the second pair constitutes angles B and C. I'll be giving you 3 minutes to answer and your time starts now. Now, time is up. Okay, let's answer. Number 1. A pair of angles where the first angle measures 30 degrees and beside it measures 20 degrees. What is your answer? Correct! The answer is adjacent angles. Number 2. A pair of angles where the first angle measures 75 degrees and beside it measures 15 degrees. What is your answer? Very good! The answer is complementary angles. Number 3. Two separate angles where the first angle measures 130 degrees and the second one measures 50 degrees. What is your answer? Absolutely! The answer is supplementary angles. Number 4. Two intersecting lines with two pairs of non-adjacent angles where the first pair constitutes angles A and D and the second pair constitutes angles B and C. What is your answer? Very good! The correct answer is vertical angles. Now, how many correct answers did you get? Well, if you got a perfect score, excellent! But if you are still confused with our lesson today, you may ask your mathematics teacher. Once again, this is your teacher broadcaster, Teacher Betsy L. Pisado, saying thank you and God bless.
That's great! Thank you, Teacher Betsy, and thank you viewers and listeners for tuning up for today. I hope you have learned something today. Once again, I am Teacher Mark Sarkol, your teacher host for today, and saying, if math is hard and so is life, then get over it. Have a nice day. Bye!